It's time now for the Page Channel 5 o'clock news for this Thursday, January 1st, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here on your 5 o'clock news headlines on this New Year's evening here of New Year's Day of 2015. Here now, your news headlines here. And our top story here at 5 o'clock here is worried relatives streamed to the hospitals today, desperate for information about missing loved ones after a stampede during New Year's celebrations in Shanghai's historic waterfront area killed at least 36 people and injured scores of others. Jeb Bush, the former Florida governor, previously announced plans to step down from the board of Tenet Healthcare Corporation and leave his advisory role with a British banking giant Barclays by December 31st. A petition called for the family of Leela Alquin to use her chosen name on a headstone has attracted more than 50,000 supporters. Well played, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the actor-director, who's on tap to play NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden has finally leaked the secret of his own. He's a married man. In Oldsmar, Florida, a Florida man is charged with a first-degree murder after his mother was found decapitated outside their home on New Year's Eve. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, more than 5 dozen giant turbines erected on remote mesa in western New Mexico again, turning out the power for the state's largest electric provider on New Year's Day. In Bahrain, more than 76,000 people were killed in serious conflict in 2014, including thousands of children, making the deadliest year yet in the war, a monitoring group says. The parents of Australian journalist Peter Grestis said they were shocked by an Egyptian appeals court decision to order a trial of their son and two of his Al Jazeera colleagues. Istanbul, Turkey. Turkish news agencies say police subdued a man after he threw grenades and fired a weapon at officers near the offices of the Prime Minister. In Dakar, Senegal, soldiers loyal to Gambian President Yahya Jammeh went past the house in search of opponents Thursday after the long-time leader blamed terrorist groups for the stage of the coup attempt earlier this week. A police officer from Chatham, Massachusetts ran over and killed a 23-year-old man on New Year's morning when he was responding to an emergency call. In Camden, New Jersey, several police officers formed a human net to catch a woman and her 2 young daughters as they jumped from a burning home in southern New Jersey. Speaking in front of throngs of well-wishers and from symbolic kites at One World Trade Center in New York City, Andrew M. Cuomo was honored for the second term as governor of New York on Thursday and vowed to address what he said were deepening concerns in New York State. China's economic slowdown is intensifying, with manufacturing output the weakest in 18 months, and the steel industry is set for its first fall in annual production in more than 3 decades. Chick-fil-A is working with law enforcement and looking at a potential unusual activity involving card payments at a few of its locations, the fast food chain said. In Detroit, General Motors has recalled 92,221 full-size trucks and SUVs for a defect in an ignition lock system that caused safety problems in hot conditions. Kanye West is starting out 2015 on a sweet and solemn note. The 37-year-old hip-hop star pays tribute to his and wife, Kim Kardashian, 1-year-old daughter, North West, and his late brother, Donda West, with a ballad titled Only One, a collaboration with Sir. Congratulations to Alec Baldwin and his wife, Valeria, who are expecting their second child together. The 56-year-old actor Jurgen Teaching Love revealed in exciting news on New Year's Day that via an adorable family Instagram photo. Taylor Swift was thrilled when her fans bought 1.287 million copies of her album 1989 in its first week over the holidays. She wanted to make sure that they know how much she appreciated her support. The newly described frog species, with the male on the left and the female to the right, as European Organization in Nuclear Research, more commonly termed the CERN, planning on to reopen its Lord Chadwick Cloud LHC by March of this year. This year's full strains tends to produce severe outbreaks, and CDC has just declared it has reached an epidemic level. We could be in for a long one. It's New Year's Day, and for those rain in 2015 with a little too much champagne, that could only mean one thing: a hangover. Okay, take a look at New England incident alerts. Here in Chatfield, Norwich, Connecticut, at 20 Norwich Avenue, a 2-car motor vehicle accident with injuries. At 12:23 a.m., the Springfield Police Department responded to a shot spotter activation near 258 Mill Street as an officer responded to a call they received from a 911 call from a 39-year-old male victim that was shot along with his 18-year-old son. Officers arrived on the scene and treated both victims. Older man was suffering from a gunshot wound to his lower buttocks, and 18-year-old was suffering from a gunshot wound to his upper back. Both victims were transported to local hospital right away. The 18-year-old died of his wounds 45 minutes later, and the father victim listed in condition not suffering from a life-threatening injury. The Arizona 258 Mill Street now become a crime scene, and detectives from Homicide Unit under command of Captain Thomas Street has conducted its murder investigation. Detectives have followed leads and collected forensic evidence during the early morning hours. The names of victims will not be released at the time. Police are looking for a black SUV type vehicle that was observed fleeing the area and the shooting. It appears the shots came from the vehicle after it pulled up alongside the two victims that were walking near 258 Mill Street, and the vehicle then fled on scene. Up Knox Street, and Commissioner John Barberio was notified about the murder, and Commissioner Barberio has vowed to step up patrols in this area and end this type of senseless violence. The Commissioner also expressed condolences to the family of both victims. Alright, let's take a look at sports news here on this New Year's Day here. The Washington Capitals defeated the Chicago Blackhawks in an NHL Winter Classic today at Nationals Park, 3-2. Cleveland Cavaliers coach Dave Black faces a lot of challenges with LeBron James out for at least 2 weeks and 7 of the 9 games on the road. In Dallas, Michigan State offensive line will miss a key piece against Baylor, and the Cotton Bowl fifth-year senior starting right offensive guard Connor Cruz is out with a knee injury. Alabama and Ohio State have established themselves ugly for two of the most successful programs of the 21st century. The two schools have combined for 29 wins since the turn of the century. Nick Saban and Urban Meyer spare the top recruiting recruits. Okay, let's take a look at college football bowl scores on this New Year's Day. Wisconsin can now win over Auburn in the Outback Bowl, 34-31. In the Cotton Bowl Classic, Michigan State escaping Baylor, 42-41. And in the Citrus Bowl, Missouri over Minnesota, 33-17. Peter Chalnusam, 5:07. Time now for a little traffic report here on this New Year's Day, going into New Year's evening here. As we take a look at the traffic situation here on this Thursday, and it shows some smoke, 7 and 9 ways, byways in New England there. Alright, let's take a look at the weather situation here. Our current conditions here at 5:07 p.m. here in North Massachusetts. It's 33 degrees with fair skies. And humidity 40%, wind speed southwest about 12 gusts to 20 miles per hour. Parameter 29.94 inches, dew point about 11 degrees, and visibility 10 miles. And wind chill about 24 degrees. Alright, current conditions around the region here. It is 31 degrees in Fitchburg and Beverly, 29 in Bedford, 30 in Gloucester and April. It's 26 in Worcester, 20 in Sturbridge, 29 in Webster. It's 31 in Darwin, 33 in Taunton, 32 in Bedford, 32 in Plymouth, 32 in Provincetown, and then Chatham and Falmouth. It's 35 in Cape Cod Bay and Nantucket, 33 in Martha's Vineyard, 36 in Buckhorn, 34 in Westerly, 20 in Smithfield. It's 39 out in New York City, 30 in Islip, 36 in Montauk, 37 in Long Island Sound and Bridgeport, 35 in Raven. It's 33 in Denver, 32 in Waterbury, 34 in Meriden and Northford, 33 in Winslow. It's 33 in Springfield. It's 20 in Amherst, 29 in Athol, 31 in Greenfield, 20 in Northampton. It's 26 in Pittsfield. It's 32 in Albany, New York, 30 in Saratoga Springs, 27 in Rutland, Vermont, 29 in Bennington, 25 in Bradford, Vermont. It's 29 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 20 in Keene, New Hampshire, 26 in Chepstow, New Hampshire, 20 in Laconia and Manchester, New Hampshire, 31 in Concord, New Hampshire, and Portland, Maine, 30 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 32 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here, a look at the surface map around the country shows a low pressure stretching from western Alberta and a cold front from Alberta stretching it down for North Dakota, down for central Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, UP, and Michigan, and up in the east central Ontario, and up to northwestern Quebec, and a pink front up in extreme northern Quebec, and a warm front stretching in north central Quebec. And we got a cold front stretching down for the southern tip of Baja California, Mexico, and enough for west central Mexico, and a warm station front from Mexico and stretching around the Gulf of Mexico and around the Gulf states here, and another station front off the Bahamas and out to sea. Get up for the ride from east central Colorado down from western Kansas and a front of from western Mexico. We got a low pressure in southwestern Colorado and got a front of with a low pressure off the Pacific coast there. And we got high pressure in Saskatchewan and high pressure in western Tennessee and off the Carolinas and another ridge of high pressure covering much of the eastern portion of the Pacific Northwest and the northern Intermountain region here. 32 degrees at temperature out here in Detroit, 34 in Pittsburgh, 45 out in Washington, D.C., 56 in Atlanta, 79 in Miami, Florida, 45 in Brownsville, Texas, 35 in Dallas, Texas, 34 in Kansas City, 31 in Chicago, 35 in Omaha, Nebraska, 30 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 25 in Great Falls, Montana. It's 49 in Seattle, 54 in San Francisco, 55 in Los Angeles, it's 42 in Las Vegas, it's 23 in Salt Lake City and Denver, 29 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and 44 out in Phoenix, Arizona. Alright, let's take a look at radar situation here around the country here, and it shows some snow showers around east central portions of the Nova Scotia and the western and eastern portions of Newfoundland there, and a lot of snow showers around eastern Quebec, from Quebec down from Montreal and up in the northwest of Vermont and the upstate and in the Finger Lakes in New York State, and some snow showers in western and north central portions of Michigan and northeast of Wisconsin and the UP and Michigan and up in the north central Ontario and eastern portions of Ontario here. And we've seen some rain showers down for the Georgia coastline and around the Florida east coast from Jacksonville down to Miami here. And some rain showers around western Alabama down for Mississippi, western Tennessee, Kentucky, down for southern Missouri, down for Arkansas, down for Northern Louisiana, down for eastern portions of Texas, some sleeting around north central portions of Texas here. Rain showers in west central portions of Texas and some snow showers in central and northeastern portions of Colorado and some snow showers in west central portions of Colorado and some snow showers in south central portions of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, snow and sleet and rain showers in southern portions of Alberta and some rain and sleet and snow showers in central portions of British Columbia here. And take a look at satellite loop here, and it shows Atlantic clouds coming in much of the northern New England and around Atlantic Canada and stretching up St. New York to eastern Great Lakes. Now the batch of clouds coming in much of the Gulf states around for middle and lower Mississippi Valley, down for the Plain States, down for Texas, down for Mexico, and some pilot clouds running for the Forkland region, up in the Nevada, up in the Pacific Northwest, and then up in the Plain States, up in the Minnesota, and a lot of clouds coming in British Columbia, down for Atlantic Canada here. Alright, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the country here. It shows a significant winter storm will impact the 7 High Plains in the Midwest this weekend. Heavy and potentially excessive rainfall will affect the lower Mississippi and Tennessee Valley, and an upper level low pressure center over Arizona will help drive the significant surge of colder into the southwest United States over the last couple of days. Will slowly advance east and should move out to the southern and central plains by late this weekend. The result is expected to rather significant multi-day winter storm that will drive a larger snow, especially sleet and freezing rain from the 7 High Plains northeast to gradually including much of the Midwest by late in the weekend. A low pressure forming over the lower Mississippi Valley area Saturday will allow a significant surge of Gulf of Mexico moisture to stream north and around much of the Gulf Coast states and into the Tennessee Valley. That should foster widespread area of moderate to heavy rain along the embedded thunderstorms, and some of the rainfall may be heavy enough to cause some flash flooding occur, concerns and especially for the central Gulf Coast region. Meanwhile, the North Dakota front over the northern tier state will move eastward across the Gulf, Great Lakes, and northeast through Friday, which will enforce some colder temperatures and also afford some lake effect snow shower activity, and this will end over the weekend, and temperatures expected over the Great Lakes and Valley will begin to warm up ahead of a developing storm system over the Southern Plains and the lower Mississippi Valley, and March mild temperatures should then overrun the southeast and the Mid-Atlantic region on Sunday. And beyond the aforementioned storm system development of south, a new surge of weather will impact the northern High Plains beginning Saturday, and then surge south and east throughout the Central Plains and the upper Midwest Saturday night and Sunday, and then the next surge of Arctic air will yield sub-zero temperatures, especially for the northern plains, and strong winds that will foster dangerous wind chills, and the cold air will bake it up against the higher terrain of the northern Rockies and will help also foster a new round of upslope snowfall, which will spread in the high plains. Alright, forecast discussion around the region here, and it shows high pressure provides a dry but cold conditions on Saturday. Therefore, a storm system across the eastern Great Lakes will bring snow and ice to the region on Saturday night and Sunday. Morning before change at all. Rain that's much colder weather returns for early next week. Near terminal at 6 a.m. Friday morning. Dry and westerly for a lot across the region. Some patchy mid-high level clouds. From time to time along with a potential lake effect clouds spilling east of the Berkshires. This may yield a few light snow showers or flurries across northwest Massachusetts. Winds from most likely to couple within the usual sheltered locations, mainly inside the urban areas and away from the coast and elsewhere. Pressure gradient It's expected to be strong enough to keep the boundary layer more mixed. Does not have a cold night, but not nearly as cold as last night. That said, did undercut the bottle temperature a bit, because it tends to be too high. During case of the radiation cold, it would have to undercut the guidance even more if the winds were lighter. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion. Okay, take a look at the weather notes there. Water temperature 43 degrees. Not as cold as the previous 2 nights. The temperature is going to be in the 20 to 30 degree temperature range here. And that's normally a mild storm is known to start Saturday afternoon and first flights will fall Saturday night. To mix rain by Sunday afternoon and Sunday morning and ice in central Massachusetts. And I expect 3 to 5 inches out of the storm from western central Massachusetts and Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches here. And snow will develop Saturday evening as roads will quickly become slippery. And a quick change to the sleet, then rain on the coast. And we may have an extended period of sleet, freeze, rain possible for the interior into Sunday morning and icy roads into Sunday morning across the interior. And extended period of ice possible across the interior from central and western portions of Massachusetts up to western New Hampshire, Vermont, and upstate New York, living in northern Connecticut here. And we got snowfall forecast Saturday night and Sunday. Early snow estimates will be 4 to 6 inches up in the Berkshires. Wall. Ice mat Saturday night and Sunday morning. Oh, God. Well, Sunday morning. Ice mat's going to be anywhere from 0.06 inch to 0.15 inch from the western Berkshires and up to Worcester County, including Worcester and Fitchburg area, 1 to 190 corridor here. And probably a 1 inch per hour snow Saturday evening as image on the left is a probability forecast from the computer models here. Indicates potential for a brief 1 inch per hour snowfall rates north of the Mass. Turn back before change to the ice and rain. And woods will quickly become slippery here. Oh, God. Oh. All right. All right. Seven-day forecast. It goes like this. Here. For tonight, we're going to see Poplar's got a low about 25 degrees, southwest wind about 9 miles per hour. For Friday, Sands got about 38 degrees, west wind about 9 to 13 miles per hour, because 23 miles per hour. For Friday, most of the got a low about 21 degrees, west wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. For Saturday, slight chance of rain between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. and a chance of snow will increase the cost with a high under 32 degrees. Land of variable wind becoming northeast wind 6 miles per hour in the morning. Chance of precipitation is 40%. Little no circulation expected. So that, sound no before 11 p.m. then. Snow and sleet between 11 p.m. and midnight. Then rain after midnight. Low around 29 degrees. East wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 9%. For Sunday, rain moving before 1 p.m. and 9 or 51 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 8%. Saturday, chance of snow showers or rain showers before 3 a.m. But it's going to be rain as most skies got with a low around 32 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. And for Monday, most side park got about 36, low about 18 degrees. Tuesday, putt Sunday, most skies got about 28, low about 17 degrees. Wednesday, putt Sunday to putt got about 28, low about 11 degrees. And for Thursday, most signs got about 22 degrees. Prayers, what a phrase of the day. Yes. Putt Friday, not as cold as the next 2 nights. As last 2 nights. Pilgrims, have a good evening with a good bad attitude. I will see you for 11 o'clock report. Have a good evening.